welcome to day number 2 of the Rocky Mountain ATVMC.com AMA Amateur National Motocross Championship Finals here at Loretta Lynn's, presented by Amsoil. I'm Rodney Tomlin along with Jen Kenyon, Jason Wigan, Kevin Kelly, and Wes Kane as we roll through Moto number 1 here at the Dude Ranch. And of course, yesterday we got to see a lot of great racing, setting the stage for the National Championship. And again today we see the continuation of that. A lot of motos. No one knows who's going to be the winner, and the great thing about these first motos is when we really start to see how things start to shape up. How are things starting to shape up, and what can we look forward to as far as today's racing is concerned? Let's check in with Jen Kenyon to find out.
That's right, Rodney. We are almost wrapped up with our first set of motos here at the Loretta Lynn's Ranch. So we do have some riders that may not have taken to this race course just yet. But of course, we're going to come up on our second set of motos here this afternoon. We're going to see some of our repeat racers. We do have some top players established already. RJ Hampshire in that Open Pro Sport class. He swept both of his first set of motos here, so we're going to keep an eye on him. We did have some issues with the number 73 of Aaron Plessinger. We're going to see how that all shakes down here this afternoon. Mitchell Harrison, he's another key player here in those mini bike classes. He's got 2 wins under his belt, and as well as Garrett Marchbank. So those 3 guys are on fire. But we have some other riders that could see a second race win. We're going to watch Mackenzie Tricker try to go undefeated here this week in the women's 14-plus class, and plenty more racing action. So, Rodney, let's get underway and see what's going on out there on the racetrack.
All right, thanks, Jen. Jason Wigan, Kevin Kelly up here in the Under Armour studios. Sebastian Tortelli, I believe one of the fastest guys ever, both in Europe and in the United States, joining us up here for a moment. I know you're scouting out some of your talent out here, but before we let you go, I just want to let the people around the world now watching on the internet know what this track is like. We were bench racing for a while about how rough it gets and how difficult it is.
I mean, it's amazing. You know, for me, that's one of the best rounds you can find. You know, it gets rough. It's the heart of motocross you get out there. You know, when young guys race here and then they get some speed up, I mean, that's the perfect, school for the future. Yep. And that's what Loretta is about. I mean, that's, the heart of the motorcycle and the future pros. I mean, in the U.S., they all come here. Even, Ken Roxon came here, when he was racing in Germany. So it's, for me, it's the best race. That's why I want to do it next year.
All right. We will see you out there. Good stopping by, Sebastian Tortelli.
Thank you, man.
And we're going to call the action here. Here, I'm going to selfie myself with Seb, though.
Yeah, you should.
What do we got here, Kev?
We are off and running. Gate drops, and it's going to be a Yamaha, the number 52 machine out front early. And that would be Gregory Paymart with the hole shot. Paymart has the number 31 Suzuki ride behind him. Barry Costin out of New Jersey. Your boy. Come on up here. We can get up here now and get in the mix here.
I'm excited about having the Bear Dog here, but man, he's got to get better starts. Big Bore Barrio is known for crushing it in the starts most of the time. He has struggled. Came back to Loretta's, I believe, for the first time last year. Didn't get the starts. Didn't get it in his moto yesterday. Much better now, bringing that number 31 up to second. But, man, in these classes, it's really, you can just scout it by what you knew from about 15 years ago. It's like the same names.
If you recognize that name,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be good. He'll be good. He'll be fine. And, when we get Sebastian up here again, I'd like to talk to him about the evolution of riding and the way the elbows were way up back in the 90s. Got them up. And then Barry Carson was the only guy dropping them down. And now all the elbows are down. All the cool kids are running them down. And now Barry Carson looks like the coolest guy ever now.
It's time.
He is leading the charge.
Yes, it almost
the elbows
like,
down brigade.
Who could be more relaxed, not caring, looking on that machine?
Just
I'm not in a attack position.
No, like
sitting down.
Gummy worms out there.
Well, I asked Jeremy Martin about it. He said the seat on his Yamaha is very comfy.
Really,
he just wants
nice
to get on
and
that
soft
thing as
and
much
plush.
as possible.
That makes sense.
Get a piece of that thing.
So you're watching live on Racer TV. This is the plus 40 class. That's right, riders over the age of 40 years. And where is Barry Carson? Oh, man, he's back to the number 5 spot. He went from 2nd to 6th. Something happened there.
Wow. John Grew in the 70 trying to move through as well, trying to make some passes. He's right in the middle of that sandwich. He's going to make it happen, though. Look at this around the outside. Grewy, who's also up front of that 45-plus class, trying to make tracks here in 40-plus, but it is Paymart in the lead on the 52.
Scott Sheik, a former champ here in the mix as well in that number 2 spot. John Grewy, Dag Boysen, Tony LaRusso, Barry Karsten, Terry Bastard is 7th. John Bolin is 8th. Michael Treadwell, get off that gate, you ugly son of a gun. Get in the mix. Treadwell is 9th. Earl May is 10th. And Earl's won a moto in that plus 70 class a couple days ago.
70.
No, it wasn't.
It
plus
almost
50.
seemed that way.
Seemed like
he's been here that long. This is 40 plus. You're watching on RacerTV.com, and then we're going to follow that up.
458.
458. So we'll get you a little warmed up with this one, and then we'll go to the big dogs. Look at this battle.
The number 73 of Dag Boysen now has moved from fourth, and he almost looked like he was about to go down there as he's trying to pass Gregory Paymart. And it is Paymart, number 52. There he is on your screen. And here comes Dag Boysen, and also the number 14 of Scotty Sheik is in the mix as well. So this So right now we continue to watch Greg Paymart. Look at that battle. There's Greg, and then you've got Dag Boysen, Scott Sheik.
Boysen is really the guy on the move here.
He is.
He's moved up from fourth to second. Yeah, I was saying he moved from fourth to second.
No, I did.
No, I had the stats dialed.
Whatever. And there it is again. I mean, we're going to need a wide-angle shot to get all these guys in focus here at once here, coming towards the finish line. Boysen a little sketchy though. He's a little bouncing out of the turns here.
He needs that Boysen link.
He does. That rad valve.
Got that rad valve
going on there.
Coming across the start stretch, billboard turn. Greg Paymart doing a good job just dealing with all this pressure. Been about 3 or 4 different riders have been trying to get him. First was Karsten, then Sheik, then Gruy, now Boysen, and Sheik is on his way back. He's going to try to repass Boysen for second.
Scott the Abdul, the Sheik, in that number 3 spot on the Kawasaki. There's Boysen. You're watching him on the 73 KTM sneaking into the screen. There he is, Scotty Sheik. They'll make that left. Good Lord, he just set that bike all the way down to Iwo Jima. He just dropped it down to the radiator shroud. Now they'll make a right. Boysen's going to swing it around on the outside. Here's the 10 Commandments, the fabled 10 Commandments. They look so easy on TV, right? Those are so hard to get through clean. Time after time they change.
Boysen, I think he's going to make it happen. Oh, Paymart just found that inside line at the last moment to take the lead back away. And here comes Scotty Sheik on the 14.
And John Gruy is not done. The number 70 Kawasaki now creeping in. There's Boysen right back around Sheik. He is an animal.
Wow. How long can this is a 40-plus class. How long can these guys
can't sustain
sprinting like this?
Heart rate's over 700.
Arms are just locked.
Right.
Jeez.
Wow. This is Loretta Lynn, so that is why this race is so money. You got guys from all over the country. They're the baddest dudes back home, and now they're all going to meet right here. And Gregory Paymart, would you have put money on him as leading this thing like this with all the action behind him?
Absolutely. You're talking about so many guys who have won races at the pro level before, but here's Paymart trying to put it to them. Oh, Gruy and Sheik almost come together on that anthill for third place.
Look at all the different lines there. You can pass. I don't want to hear anybody on that podium say, well, it's kind of one line. Really? No chance of that. There's Paymart again, opens it up. How, I don't know. There's Sheik going back after Boysen. They pass each other 9 times. And there's Gruy, and the Suzuki ride of Tony La Russa is now coming into frame. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. There's Sheik and Dag Boysen. Good Lord.
I think that La Russa, who's at the back of this train on the yellow bike, might be the fastest of this entire group. La Russa probably pumped all the sand they put down.
How about it? Mike Treadwell from top 10. Now he's in the number 6 spot. If we can get Treadhead up there.
Treadhead and La Russa have definitely rubbed elbows a time or two. Both of the NESC guys up out of New England, and La Russa is right there. He's in this fight now trying to get Gruy.
Unbelievable battle there past the Yamaha mechanics area. We used to park vehicles right there where they're at now, and then they'll pop back into view, pick up the normal straightaway. That change came a few years back under the Red Bull Peristyle, as Wes Kane calls that. Even though it's
Peristyle.
It's an arch.
Gruy and Boysen now side by side on that long short shoot, and somehow Gruy able to put it in front of Boysen. I had to wonder how long Boysen could keep hanging it out like he did.
Here comes La Russa on the inside, 10 Commandments. He might have put the pass. You can see it right there. I think Dag Boysen says, I cannot do this. I have not taken a breath in 3 laps.
Yeah.
I got to breathe here.
He was really pushing early. So he ends up right back where he started with that charge. But watch La Russa here on the left side of your screen in that Suzuki. I think, again, he might be the fastest of this entire group. Now he's getting close enough to pass them. Don't count him out. La Russa Not too many years removed from.
How about it? There's Treadwell. Mike Treadwell
Yep.
now is coming into view there. And look at Treadwell's 2:06, quicker than anyone in front of him. So that makes sense. He's a second quicker. And now he's going to get. Who is that flying by the screen?
What? Yeah,
Was that
like
Tom
800.
Cruise requesting a flyby? Did I just spill my coffee? That pattern was not full. That was Dak Boyson again. Scott's nuts.
Dialing it back up.
Jeez. Oh,
Yeah,
every
it's
shot
going
is him blowing a berm. And he's always back in the mix.
Not even on the track half the
Oh,
time.
just cutting across on a quad now.
Found a little berm off to the side of the track. We're
Wow.
watching the 14 of Sheik. Let's see if he can catch Palmart. Palmart is checked out, I believe. No,
Sheik's got it now.
Sheik's got him. So Palmart made a mistake, and Sheik is your new leader. We're about to see that officially. This is the finish line. We'll get the transponder so we can tell what happened to Palmart on the lap times. So Scott Sheik going to try to get a moto win here.
Wow, Scotty Sheik now leading this thing, and then the battle right in front of us, right by the billboards. They will pop into view here in just a minute. And yes, Mike Treadwell is in the mix. There's Paymart, there's Gruey, there's LaRusso, there's Boyson.
Gruey on the 70, nice move. He goes outside to inside, then hits that little anthill, and that slows him up enough. But Palmart, who did such a good job holding the lead, now they're starting to get him. Oh, LaRusso, where did he come from?
Out of nowhere. Tony LaRusso flew right in from the inductions to the Hall of Fame there, and now he's here racing with us, former St. Louis Cardinals manager.
He fit 3 bikes in that one kinetic turn. LaRusso is only a few years out from scoring points. That's not even physically possible.
And there's Treadwell in that day-glow orange gear, slowly creeping into the shot. Michael wants to get in the mix. He is a lineman for the county by day and a motocross rider on the weekends.
He's got the toughest hands in motocross and the toughest face.
Toughest face, just like
Face. Don't even look at him.
do not look at him. Just like a piece of old beef jerky that's been kicked around in the wheel well of a 18-wheeler on I-40, sat in the sun for a couple years, came out here to race.
Sheik, Palmart, Gruey, but you got to watch LaRusso and Treadwell. The buddies there from New England are working their way forward. They're going to get on the podium one way or another. Just how far up can they go? Nice inside line there from LaRusso.
Really smooth and controlled. Hey, there was Clint Sadowski, the guy we were talking about, the former Major League Baseball player, number 63. Getting lapped by those guys, no shame in that.
So is he got the velocity in the fastball? Is he more of a control guy?
He's having some control issues right now.
Having some control issues. Just trying to paint the corners.
That's right.
Of this racetrack.
The first time I believe we've had a Major League Baseball player actually participate at Loretta Lynn's. 15 years in the majors, Clint Sadowski. And this time I'm not joking. I got to meet him at Ponca City, Oklahoma. And Sadowski pitched for some 15 years in the majors. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, and I'd imagine that's 15 years that he probably wasn't allowed to ride.
Oh, absolutely.
So pretty good that he's back and fast enough to qualify
to make Loretta
for
Lynn's.
Lorettas.
Yeah, very cool story there. So he's hanging out with Bobby Capps and the rest of the gang over there, who's the keyboardist for 38 Specials.
Oh, jeez. That's incredible.
It's a great crew. They got
Hey,
going
they
on
put
there.
that on the pit board. The arm pump, you know what the solution is. Hold on loosely.
Hold on loosely.
Hold on loosely. No
Because
death
if you
grip
cling
on the
too
bike.
tightly, you're just going to let go and wind up in the crowd.
Sebastian Tortelli going to head on out. He's scouting the 40-plus. You're not even there yet, though. You got a while. Don't have to worry about 40-plus. All right.
So Sebastian's
4 years.
36.
Plenty
He
of
can do
time.
25 and 35.
Man, that'll be good.
I'd
All
love
right,
to see you there.
better luck next year. We'll see Sebastian Tortelli a little bit
I
later.
hope
It's good
so.
to have his analysis up here. And as far as that battle up front, right now, Scott Sheik trying to control it, trying to deal with the pressure. You got John Gruey here. You see him on the number 70. And here comes LaRusso. Like I said, LaRusso, he wants that podium.
He
Need
needs
me on that
You
podium.
want me on that podium. You can't handle that podium.
Scott Sheik, good story there. Like a lot of these guys, had a good pro career. I think struggled a little bit in the transition back to not being a professional rider, but Lorettas has helped pump him back up. I know he's got some riders that he's been working with through the years. Comes back out here, gets the competitive fix, and has been getting closer and closer. I don't think he's gotten a moto win during his comeback here the last couple of years.
This is big, man. It's
so
good
this
for
would
him.
be a big breakthrough. We'll find out for sure if we get him on the podium. He's been close the last few years. Sheik out of New York.
And it makes sense he's 40. Like he is AMA
This
40.
is his year. Oh, so you know
You're AMA 40.
it's like your contract year.
Yes.
Like, this
Big
is
year.
my year
Got
to
to score.
perform.
Score big. So 40 years old in the plus 40 class. It's a big deal. And normally you want to be the old kid in the youth classes,
Yep.
but now you want to be the young kid in the vet classes.
Yes, he's a child, still getting some experience. He's only 40. Oh, now he's got some problems. He's deep into lap traffic. I mean, deep, bro. Get a life preserver. Give him a rope. Get him out of it. He's in deep in that lap traffic. Gruy is about 5 seconds back at the number 2 spot. Good job by Gruy, though, who's also battling in that 45.
Continues to put down the fastest laps there with 2:05 that time around. 2:07's everyone in front of him. And Tread just 2 seconds back of Tony LaRusso. So we'll watch the Day Glow gear that he's put together there. I think he's a Troy Lee guy, I believe. Super bright stuff on that Kawasaki. There's our leader, Scott Sheik, leaving all that behind him. Doesn't want anything to do with that.
So there's Sheik in the Storyland on the number 14. Long time as a Team Green rider back in the day, back on them now and trying to get a win for them. So the question is, how far up can the New Englanders go? LaRusso and Treadwell, who are 3rd and 4th. Palmart, your early leader, back to 5th. Karsten 6th. Boysen 7th. Terry Bostard is 8th. Earl the Pearl May, who won a 50-plus moto yesterday, is 9th in 40-plus. That's pretty impressive. And John Bolin rounds out your top 10, 40-plus. We'll have an A moto coming your way next. So folks here at the ranch, get to the fences, get to the bleachers. It'll be an all-star cast. You see Gruy, and you start seeing that Suzuki of LaRusso creeping into the picture.
And behind him should be, in that shot momentarily, Treadwell should pop into view here. There he is.
Tready's on a KTM this year, and yeah, you'll see him in some of the longer shots. There he is. So we could have a 3-rider battle for the final 2 podium spots. Treadwell a little bit quicker right now and closing the gap, but not much time to work with. We are on lap 7.
Yeah, maybe 2 more laps now as they pass in front of us here at the announcer's deck. By the billboards and behind them we go.
Oh, you know who that is. You know who that is. Just getting some messages up here, communicating with some of our fans around the world that are watching, I'm sure, on RacerTV.com. But you really don't get the experience unless you actually come here and experience it in person. Sheik, Gruy, LaRusso, Treadwell, Palmart, your top 5. I'm going to head down to the podium and chat with these guys. We'll bring Rodney Tomlin on in here. We'll bring it home with Kevin. I'm going to head to the podium. And it's a good 40-plus battle. And right now, Scott Sheik trying to put the finishing touches on it. There's Gruy, still dealing with traffic and still dealing with LaRusso.
Yeah, Gruy having a great moto himself there. Sheik 3 seconds out of Gruy right there in the number 2 spot. And Gruy continues to navigate through all of the lapped riders. Job well done. Should see the white flag here this time around for Rodney Tomlin. Oh, off the side of the track there. Gruy went. Oh, wow. Thanks, Jason.
You know, it's amazing, you know, how intense this battle was at the beginning of the senior 40-plus class. And, you know, you kind of called it whenever you said the intensity of that battle. A lot of those guys would probably lose that steam pretty quick. And as intense as it was, it kind of settled into pace pretty quickly as well. But, you know, honestly, watching these lap times, these guys have really stayed fairly tightly knit, all things considered. Sheik only about 3.5 seconds ahead of the field right now. But the one thing to point out,
there's LaRusso right there, Rodney. He is coming. That's the race for the number 2 spot. The Suzuki is Tony LaRusso. He wants a piece of him here. 1 lap to go. It's go time.
Exactly. And here's exactly what I was getting ready to say. John Gruy is pulling up on Sheik, and LaRusso is pushing in on Gruy right now. So this could, with 1 more lap to go, maybe tighten up to be pretty exciting for a 3-way shootout. But Sheik might have just enough of that edge that he's looking for just at that 2-second gap. He did run about a 1.5 seconds slower lap time than Gruy that last time around. And LaRusso actually picking it up now down less than a 1.5 seconds behind Gruy for the number 2 spot.
And with all the lappers in play here, you don't know who you're battling. Right. You just pass as many guys as you can get your hands on, right?
You just twist that throttle and go look for your line. Here, look at this. Laps, what we've seen the last 2 laps, Gruy running faster than Sheik, and we can see
there it is.
A few bike links now as they roll into out of the Cometic corner into the GoPro 10 Commandments now.
So John Gruy needs to dig deep right now. You don't want to hit the deck going for this pass, but if the opportunity presents itself, I will take that 1 over a 2 any day of the week. I know they say 1's as good as a 2, but not in my book. I think if you can get 1s across the board, take it.
Yeah, exactly. You know that.
I don't want that tie going in the third moto.
That explanation point, that advantage as far as the confidence and letting those guys know that you took it to them in that first moto. LaRusso wasn't far out of this battle either. They got into some of that lap traffic. Yeah, I mean, he's right there.
So anything can happen. One little bobble with a lap rider, and this thing could change here on this last lap.
Sheik, Gruey, and LaRusso is what we're looking at for our top 3. They have about an 8-second lead over the 4th place position right now. And
that was Treadwell who had to come through the pack to get to that number 4 spot. He was outside the top 10 early in this moto.
Wow, that's going to make Moto2 very interesting, especially if he can get off with these guys in that drop of the gate in Moto2.
Ooh, little problem there. The number 14 Sheik didn't get out of that turn clean at all, had no drive. And just a couple more turns, and Sheik, Abdul the Sheik, can pull down the win, the number 14 Kawasaki ride. As I know these guys are ready to see that checker flag. They were making me tired. I'm tired just standing up announcing this thing.
As Sheik comes through the last quad section there.
Oh, my, we got one more lap, Rodney.
One more lap to go. We were a lap ahead on this in the senior 40-plus class.
Man, they're going to go 9 laps.
Wow, that's
9 2-minute laps.
Yeah, and that's saying a lot for these guys, especially once we saw what those first 3 laps were like for these guys. Look at this. Gruey's got that much closer.
We got it. It is happening right here. The 2 Kawasaki riders. Gruey's going to air it out right beside Sheik, and this one's going to go down to the 10 Commandments. Gruey's pretty good through there, too. We'll see. Look at that. That may be it right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
The decision makers taking place there. Gruey's got the inside. Sheik on the outside. They're side by side.
See him sitting in that rut there? I think just G'd out side by side. Don Garlett's drag racing into that turn. Oh, they banged shoulders. Yeah.
More than just plastic. That was shoulders that came together.
Yes.
Gruey getting a good drive from that middle line.
They're in stereo. There's nowhere to go. A lapper makes them split. And he's still got the lead, does number 14 of Scott Sheik. He steps up, and here comes LaRusso. He is in the mix. He is going forward. I believe he's right there, and he's made a pass in the number 2 spot. Where did he even come from?
Well, he was back there, and Gruey got held up with that lapper, I think, and now
now that battle is the intensity is right back up the way. It's going to be bookends as far as the intensity. And there goes Gruey again. Going to knock the knobbies off of his wheel with his knobbies as they grind up on each other.
There you go, and I called it. I said this is going to be a bar-to-bar, nose-to-tail battle by the end of this one between these 3 guys, and wow, we are not being slided any whatsoever.
Here comes LaRusso on the inside.
Oh.
Can he push him to the outside?
Over
Decision maker, here we go. That's usually the faster line, and LaRusso has made the pass on the last lap around Scott Sheik. What a great vet race here.
No doubt. Sheik having no answer for that as LaRusso now starts to check out through the heart of Loretta Lynn.
Look at that. It looks like he was just hold back the whole time because he has gapped him immediately. Let's see if Gruey has anything for Sheik here with just a couple more turns to go. What a crazy turn of events there. Jason Wygant's going to have to shuffle the deck back on the podium there as Tony LaRusso is going to come up and make that pass on the last lap. He goes from 3 to 1. Yeah, he had to look back. Is this thing over? We still doing this? What? I will go all day.
Please say we are done. Please say we are done.
LaRusso, Sheik, and Gruey, 1, 2, 3. Treadwell is 4th. Paymart, your early leader, is 5th. Karsten is 6th. Dag Boyson is 7th. Terry Bastard, 8th. Edward Walston is 9th. And John Bolin rounds out your top 10 as we start cruising down into the mechanic or the pit area there, and LaRusso wheels that machine right up on the top of the box. What a crazy turn of events, Rodney.
No doubt, and those are the kind of things we can expect to see in these.
This is why Loretta's is what it is.
It is.
It's awesome.
It is, and those guys, sometimes they'll LaRusso, I know he had that early race push that he had going on out there, and he was trying to make hay while the sun shined early in the moto, but it's like he kind of laid back and just kind of watched the situation, knew where he was faster, knew what he had to do, and just took advantage of it when the 2 lap board came out.
Sip of water. So good. So good after that moto. You know how much sand he's got in his mouth.
Oh, I'm sure he ate quite a bit.
Get this helmet off of me. Give me some more water. A little Dixie cup, man. That's like just makes you mad.
Look at those eyes, man. You can tell he is still pumping full of adrenaline right now as that was some intensity. And one thing to point out for the fans watching back home on RacerTV.com, one of the most comfortable weather weeks we've seen. Now, it's hot for these guys riding and all that gear.
Out here as the spectators, awesome.
It is awesome. It is great. One of the best weather weeks. I actually had the furnace on last night.
Yeah. I believe it was 58 degrees.
It got a little chilly in the camper there last night, so we turned up the heat a little bit. The ARC podium getting ready to get underway as Jason Wygant makes his way down and gets ready to congratulate some.
And look at those shorts, Jason. You are just about to blow up HD screens here with those things. Good
I couldn't
Lord.
decide what color I
Who
wanted,
dressed
so I got
you
a whole
this morning?
bunch of them in there at once. Let's bring our whole shot. Whole shot award. What's that? Yeah, I don't think it works that way. I don't know. He's hoping it's double as much. Come on, you led for a while.